Hello and welcome back to Rollercoaster Tycoon, where I can safely say that we have the most daring coaster design ever. Which is this one, in which the front car actually comes all about till over here, you know, till like the fountain or where this support pole is. Yeah, it's crazy, right? We have the most badass coaster here, but it doesn't crash. Imagine though, if this thing would have like the breakdown of having the powered launch be like you know, the settings change or something, bug out, you know, and instead of like the 78 kilometers it goes right now at launch, it would go a 178. Yeah, that would be very, very, very bad. Anyway, that's what we did last time, and basically all we have over here is a room for our chairlift, which we left out of here, you know, with a reason. So all we need to do is actually get the dang thing. And then we also need to decide, like, okay, so, and then if we get it, then where's it gonna go? I feel like we should make like a decently long-sized one and build one like over here, which then goes all the way up till here. So it's like one side of the park to the other side, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Let's do a quick vandalism check. Not that I'm particularly worried about any vandalism, because, well, you know, we have our staff and everything well in check. I don't think there's anything for us to worry here. Nope, not a thing. Good. Well then. I think what we need to do is expand the path a bit, and you know, I also have a few ideas of a few things that I still want to do in terms of scenery and all. So let us get on with doing some scenery. And how about it if we add like a section over here? I mean, that's also the reason why we're looking at it. But yeah, let's add a section over here. And then, you know, do some scenerizing. Because I want to do something over here, and you'll see shortly what that will be. So let's remove a few trees first. It can still be in the way regardless. We can't have trees being in the way. And then we'll go with like the big one. And we'll just flatten this. Now, this terrain is like really hilly. We don't really have a flat area in particular, so I don't really feel all that bad for flattening out an area, really. Right, and then something like this to make the edge look nice, you know. I guess we'll have to do like the last bit manually with just the regular, you know, one tile size thing here. And then something like this. I mean, you can't do everything with like the smoothing tool, but this is kind of what I had in mind. And now just watch this as I go bonkers with the whole design. I'm pretty sure you'd call me crazy, but you know, maybe I am. Look. I mean, you might be thinking like, damage, what the hell, what on earth, I mean, what is this madness? I know, you'd be right in thinking that. Now this is just for as an excuse to build, ooh, and I should do that over here too, to build trash cans. So don't think anything peculiar of this. This is just an excuse to build trash cans. We'll go over here and basically do the same thing. And are we gonna yeah, we should do like one more like this, and then move it over here. Now this is also like a bit where some tracks would be able to pass through. And this time I'm gonna do this the clever way and not construct, not connect it up straight away, because that's what we did last time. And then we have gas everywhere and we need to rush, and you know, That's a thing that I feel is not really what this park is all about. Because this is all about doing the cool stuff that you normally wouldn't be able to do. So, there we go. And we have some setting up here to do, you know. The guests will love it. Trust me on this one. And you might still be thinking, like, what on earth, damage? Have you lost your mind? Maybe a little. Right, and then we'll leave it at that. Good. So far, so good. Time to do some scenery. Because, you know, and by scenery, of course, there is also the path scenery. And then that, and then that. Also a little bit more over here, here, and then done. Good. Next, the trash cans. Yeah, and once you'll see this, you'll be thinking like, wow, what a brilliant idea. Are you a genius? And then, of course, all I can say is, duh. Oh, yeah. So there we go. And then a few more of these over here. Yeah, and this will all greatly add to the ratings of this whole shenanigan. You know, having the fountains or the snowball thingies. And then, guys, look, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go bonkers on the flower beds. And let's see if we can, if this looks cool. Does this look cool? I think this looks cool. Cooler than having the ones without the border, you know. I think these bordered ones look really nice. Yeah, then again, this, you know, let's have a look at the comparison. Because maybe what we should do is do like a fence. And then what we can do, for example, is mix it up a little. So we could do these, you know. And then maybe something like this. No, just mix it up, and you might be thinking like, wait, why exactly are you only picking the light flowers? Well, we're in an ice park, so of course we cannot go with dark flowers. Well, maybe one there. Oh, look, we got the award that we're always after. Nice. Very nice. Now we need to be careful here, because basically we cannot really place them down just anywhere. We need to place them in those places. Come on, I can't see if I've placed the thing. I didn't apparently. No, but here's the thing, you know, we can't place them in the places where we would usually place them, because we need those things to have access to the handy dude. And the handy dude, I believe, does not have access over here, which we can test out, by the way, you know, by just adding like an odd pink flower here. If this one goes dry, then we know it doesn't work. Right, now then, time to do a little bit more flowering here. And then a bit more like this. And yeah, this is just gonna basically cover pretty much everything here. Now, I'm not entirely sure, but I do believe that this here works. I do believe that they can do the watering from height. So this is also a test of that theory. I'm pretty sure they don't do diagonals like this one, but I'm pretty sure this will work. So, having said that though, we do have a little bit of more filling in to do. And let's just cover all of our straight flower beds with the outside with like yellow flowers. I think that looks cool. And we also mix in some pink. And then we basically oppose the colors over here. And then mix this up with red. Oh, and already you can see how easily the mistake is made. But we need to be careful here with where we place what. And maybe do something like this. looks cool though, you know? It almost seems like we're drawing. It's not that we really have many options for our drawings, but... And also, I do want, you know, the stuff behind the path to also be covered. So, there. And then, like, a few of these, you know, to mix it. Do, like, the integral flower bed there. And then... a bit more of this with these mixed up here. Oh. Yeah, this is like, you know, the reverse of the yellow flowers that we just placed everywhere. This is just, you know, the coolness of us designing something awesome. This and already again you can see I'm being, you know, misled by myself into thinking that this will be flowered or watered, but it will not be. And therefore it will also not be flowered. This into the reverse. Nice. Very nice. And then some yellow beds around here. And probably like the flowers we placed right at the start, they will probably all have been dried up by now already, but oh well, you know, this is what you get when you scenerize on camera rather than in a time lapse, what I normally do. Oh well, right, it's all part of the core. It starts to look really cool, right? Like they all have like some kind of glow around them. You know what? Let's actually change this to even more yellow. So now it looks like a real figure. I like it. Now I really think that this is starting to look rather good. Aren't we? Yeah, there we are. Right, and then we only have like these tiles here to cover. So why don't we go with like... this, and then from there to there, and then from there to there, and there. I don't even see what the difference is between these two. I guess there is a difference, though I'm not entirely sure. And then basically just repeat, right? Yeah, it looks kind of cool, especially this crossing there of the colors. Okay, well guys, now of course what we need is one handy dude, a specialized handy dude, who only has the job to water gardens over here. So you will have this whole area, and all you will do is water the gardens there. Now we might remove a few or add a few depending on the you know, on what we do with rides over there, because it's not just going to be a flower garden and that's it. It is also going to be an area where we add rides. So just so you know, it isn't all just scenery. Though I don't mind if it were, but okay, then I think for the most part we can open this up. We definitely want like a new guard. A new mechanic, yeah, that's right. That's the basics covered. And ooh, you know what we should do as well before we open this? What we should do is add fences, because of course, and this cannot go without fences. There. Wait, I'm not allowed to fence here. I am. I was about to say, like, what is this craziness? And I think it's actually better to fence this like this, because now you can clearly see what you're doing. Because, to be honest, with all the flowers here, it's kind of difficult. Yeah, looking good. Doing the final pieces. Yeah, I feel like we've done absolutely nothing but make the park look good. Which is important, don't get me wrong, but Right now I feel like this would be a much better piece in a time lapse. Right. Last few bits and pieces and done. Oh man, does this look good or does this look good? Now obviously this doesn't have shops and stalls, and I'm not too worried about it. He says, being actually a little bit worried about it. Thinking about like the toilets and stuff. Let's add like a whole battery over here. Yeah, because I feel like we will need them. Do we have more, by the way? We have the cotton candy thing, which I think is new. But other than that, we have we have nothing new. So yeah, you know, there's that. Not really helping us out here. And then I feel like we want to lower a bit of the terrain. Just to place down the necessary things. There, and then one more here. Right, okay, that's that. Wow, and look at the scenery here. Look at how many guests are here already. They love it. I'm pretty sure they will love it. Then, what we're also going to do is add like a thingy here. And you are going to have the daring color of bright yellow. And then... well, let's also add like a few more of the candy stall stuff things. There, yeah, see, this is like the first one. Nice. Nice. I'm gonna have you. Oh, and we also need drinks. Definitely do we want the drinks. I might even sacrifice like a thing there, but nah. We'll keep it at this, yeah. And then let's see. We need a few things here, and then we're golden. Like you. There. Yeah, we're getting this set up in the proper way. Maybe we should also add like a swag stall here. I mean, we have one, we might as well. We only have one at like the start of the park, I believe. So getting one more. Oh no, wait, actually, I've been pretty generous with the swag stalls. Huh, okay, apparently so. Ooh, and I see a message here about someone being in the toilet. I said that I would add like all the guys from the list. I don't know if we're gonna do all, but I'm just gonna add like a few more. Because why not, right? So, there we go. That's you. And then we'll have... it might even be that we get double guests here because of this, because... yeah, he was... Harrison apparently is already in the park. I got an error message there. Scholund. There. And then we'll have you, and you will be there. Right, and that will be enough for now. You know, welcome to the park, guys, by the way. But we'll add more guests later. But yeah, this section just looks cool. And it's not just finished there yet, because what we're going to do is we are going to add rides to this. And yeah, I will remove a few flowers if I have to be able to place down the ride. So, but that's okay, you know, I don't mind that per se. Let's have this. And let's have this be... I don't even know where the entrance of this thing is. But we'll have this here. And now we can also utilize this area a little bit. Which... I don't know if we want to do that. Maybe we should just do this. And then... do like this instead. And then we need to... okay, maybe it wasn't that clever to have this be all those quarter flower beds. Now I have to... if I want to do anything, I also have to remove them one by one. Yeah, first world problems, I tell you. Oh yeah, well. Ah well, let's add a little bit of privacy here. That's always nice. Man, I love doing all the scenery stuff in this park actually. Yeah, this park is one of the better looking ones so far. I'm really liking it. Why don't we call this flower power? I think that's quite fitting for a mirror house here, you know. Okay, good. Well, that's that. Then I also think we should add like a thrill ride here, which is of course going to be this, you know. And yeah, I know. Okay, I know how we're gonna do this. This is gonna be done like this, and basically I don't want to remove too much, but maybe, you know, and this is kind of the reason why I did it. Maybe we get the guest thinking like, oh, this park has beautiful scenery. Which is of course all that we're doing it for, you know. Screw the guest count in the park. All we want is the guest thinking about the scenery here. I don't even know if you can get like an award for it. I suspect you cannot, but if you can get an award for it, I think we make like a decent chance for it, don't you think? In the end, this just looks great. And then, ooh, you know what I totally forgot? Every queue needs to have an entertainer. This one's no exception. So, there. That will be your area, and this will be your area. Snowman. We have so many walking snowmans here. This is gonna be crazy. I actually quite like that, you know. I think those snowmans are like such a fitting thing for here. And we also want a handy dude. Just to clean up stuff here. Right, then what we need to do is set this one up. And of course, we're gonna go full out on the rotations. Well, that's not really a surprise. Open it up. That's also not a surprise. Man, wow. This just looks so good. I really like it. I think that we've done an excellent job here. Truly think so. Oh, and you know what? Because we have placed like a few more paths and stuff. There, look. Because the handy dudes will cover this area. So, that's that. Look, nice. I like this, yeah. Added flowers. Very good. Okay, and shall we do it over here too? We have the walls over there. Nobody will see, so let's not. And then, this needs a name. We shall call this the Kraken Skank. Or the Kraken Sank. Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna name this the Kraken. And then sank. Exclamation mark. And then the whole thing just breaks off and just rolls off into the water. Living up to its name. Of course, with a Kraken, we need it to... no. The base is gonna be like that. I want this one, the arm, is gonna be like the turquoise. That's not turquoise, it's green. Yeah, like that. And then with like a bluish line in there. Maybe a little bit darker blue. Maybe just a regular blue. And then grey with white, perhaps? Black with the white. Yeah, that looks good. This I like. Right, so the Kraken sank, huh? Yeah, and already you can see what's happening is like we get message spam from all the guests that we've added. Now another thing that I want to do is add a coaster that we've just gotten. Or well, just in like the previous video. But I want to add the water coaster. And also... oh, we also got this now. So we have like a few more coasters that we can build. We have these three basically to build. And the water coaster. Nice, okay. Oh, nice. We have quite a few things to build. And I also had like a few more ideas that I want to do. would it be possible if we build a cycle route around here? Because in theory, do we have the path height for it though? We don't. Ew. Okay, so in theory it's not possible. Because I would need to cross over here somewhere if we were to go around. You know, I'm just thinking like we have all these flowers. If we were to do like a cycle route around it, how cool would that be? If we were to do it, we would have to remove these two shops and stalls. I'm not a big fan of that, so let's not do that. Now, but I want to build the water coaster. And I kind of want it to be, it's going to be quite a long one, and I want to utilize the water and go a little bit over here. So, where would we hook it up? That's the big question, because this has like a void of rides, basically. I mean, there's rides over here. Oh, no, wait, we have the, yeah, so, okay, so it's not that needed. But at the same time, we don't really have any coasters. No, it's also not true, we have coasters here. I just want the water coaster, dang it. And I shall have it. We're gonna build it over here. We're gonna connect it up here. And that's the way how things are gonna be. No more arguing against it. So let's get that started. So to start this off, what we're gonna do is let's have the station be here. Now it was to be expected that you would give messages. Of course, now what we need to do again, of course, is think of the safety. You know, get your safety fences out. Put 380 voltage on them, you know, for the kids, so they have also something to enjoy. Oh no, we're not that cruel. Now, is this over here? It seems like it is. Nice. Okay, so we actually have like a little bit too long of a station. That's okay. All I need really is for the thing to be over there. And then we can basically put you back one again. Because the entrance is going to be here, but the exit is actually going to be there. I think that's a clever move on our part. Now, again, you know, safety and all that jazz. Okay, let's get the view straight. And before we do... Oh, no, there is vomit and it's not being cleaned up. Yeah, that's because you're walking the wrong way. Anyway, it will be cleaned up shortly, I'm sure of it. We have the best coverage of handy dudes like anywhere, so it can't take that long, can it? Right, this takes, for me, you know, it takes way too long. So what we'll do is we will set up the handy dude for this area. And then he can start doing the cleaning, right? There he is, and now you should walk over to this area and say, yeah, scrub it away. Good. So that's that. Then what we need, of course, is this. Are we gonna do like a really short queue? I feel like we should not. Because in the end, we have quite a few short queues, and we also want our guests to be able to visit at least some rides. So let's do this like this. Yes. Great, okay. We can now start the construction, and we of course only options are boats, that's okay. And let's lift it. And I see an issue already straight away, and that is that there is no... well, that's also an issue, but that is that we have no curved or lifted curved tracks, basically. What height is the path? That's at height 10, so in theory, we remove this one as well. See, what I kind of want to do is go over here. Instead, we're going the other direction right now, which makes sense, you know, from like a track design point of view. If you start out this direction, that's where you first go. So far I'm following it, but I don't really want this to be the case. So we'll do a helix up large. And then, is this a possible? Balls. Right, so basically we cannot go to that height, so in that case what we want to do is do like a helix up large. And then that's also not gonna work out, so we need to do it a little bit later. And the speed on this thing will be like terrible. And then even later, because apparently issues and things. You know what we then can do? Rather than go down that quickly. Why don't we do it like this? Helix up large, and now instantly we are already right at the good point. And we also won't have the issue of not being able to make it. So now this can only be lifted up in the traditional way, which is what we're doing. No real fancy special track pieces. The only thing we have here are challenges about how to get out of this mess that we've created. That seems to be like a legit way. Nice. So that's already like a really cool section, and then that's also pretty cool, right? If we can get that above. If we can get that above this path though, that would be even cooler, because what I hate, I like the wooden supports here. So, what if we were to say... Okay, I said I hated the wooden supports, and then I cannot have more wooden supports here, of course. Would we be able to go down even further? Yeah, I don't see a real issue here. So what is the terrain height? That's height 9. So how cool would this then be? I think that is actually a pretty solid addition to this. Just go like straight in front of the motion box without obscuring the view. They're having like a bonkers mad track design here. Now granted, this is like a true question of like, okay, will we have the pace to pull this off? I'm gonna assume that we do barely, because I kind of forget how much you know, the water pieces break us. Yeah, okay. But I kind of forgot how much they break us. So I'm gonna assume, and it's gonna be quite a lot. I'm not entirely sure about it. Nice. And basically, this needs to go into the underground, which it is going right now. Okay, so let's at least make it look half decent. And you know what? Let's have like a igloo thingy building on, or let's have a snowman on top here. How cool is that? With, of course, safety fences, because even the snowmen, they need maintenance, right? And we don't want the maintenance guys to fall off here. There. So now we also have a little bit of a cool underground section. So what we can then do, of course, is do like a little bit of track work. Okay, maybe we can't. Raise or lower the land first? Really? No, apparently so. Apparently this is at height 8. So we need to go down to height 6 even. Yeah. And then even... Wow. Wow. I mean, where is this low point that we're running into? You know what? Screw it. We will just do our own thing in a different place then. You know, game. If that's the way you want to play it, fine then. You know, we'll figure it out on ourselves. I have the feeling though that right now we're building below the path. And that's not really the intention. Are we now? I'm pretty sure that we are. It's really difficult to see where the F we're building. I'd say that we are building right below the cotton candy store. Am I right in saying that? Yeah, I'm pretty right in saying that. So let's fix that. And then that basically means that we need... Okay, so... This it needs to be like... And then I kind of want to lift this just to be sure. Oh, nice. That's only a one tile. Okay, fine game. Fine. Nice. Okay, so now we're back above ground. Ready to do a little bit of lifting. Don't need to go too high with it, but just a little bit. Do like drop. Nothing too big either. Oh, wait. And then we can do this in a short and decent manner. With the removal of the. And then let's just hug the terrain a little bit. Maybe even move up a little bit further by going over here. Yeah, but then we're not hugging the terrain all that much now, are we? So maybe we should do it like this. Yeah, that looks better. And then obviously we don't want to just go over this terrain bit. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into the underground of it. But we want to do that like one sooner. So we'll do that over here. And then all we need to do really, it's the same easy trick. And then we have like an easy resurfacing over here. You know what? If we do this in this fashion, then it's really easy. I don't think we need to lift this, but just to be sure we will. Because what height did we come again from? Yeah, height 20. So just to be sure, let's lift it. And then here's the thing. You know what? Let's lift this much higher. So let's start lifting this from over here. Okay, so that's the highest we can go. Now, in here we are gonna do a cool thing. Basically, what I want to do is... And then... I don't know how it will look. I hope it will look the way... Yeah, okay, so we need this to be like one higher. So if we do that, then that means, I believe... Basically this needs to happen. Yeah, so we can, what we can actually do is just lower this. Oh crap, of course I screwed it up. Lower this. And then if we do this and then heighten that up, basically you will see nothing of our errors. Because that's I think it's safely to say these are just errors. Look, see, nothing happened. And then we're just gonna have like this really long area with a sploosh there, which I'm pretty sure will break our coaster completely of its speed, which is okay, because look, we are going to have it make some speed again. Nothing too crazy though, because what I feel like we should do with it right now is go through the water again. And then basically just route it back to the station, which is also over here. So we have a ways to go back as well. We don't want it to be too long either. So also I don't want to go too high right now with the design. How much would we need? Nice. I like that. This looks good. Yes. Ooh, you know what I just realized right now? I said something about a coaster that we would build here. Screw it. You know, screw that coaster. We're gonna experiment with that at some other point in time. Ooh. How exactly was this built again? Was it like this? Yeah, it was like this. Good. And then... So this is actually the right height. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I have the feeling that if we were to do something fancy like this, and of course, you know, fences damage. Think of the children that have to inspect the gates. Wait, what? Children work? What? No, but joking aside, look, this is what I had in mind here. And then we'll do a bit of straight. Do we do like another water section? We have like a bit of pace, height 15. I mean, if we do, we might as well lift it back up then. So, we don't really need to go on that high either. Great. Tree, thanks for existing and making a misery of our lives. Wow, are we actually... Am I seeing this right? Are we lining this up like almost perfect? Yeah. Sure seems like it. It seems like we are actually in parallel with like with like our own coaster. How cool is that? However, yeah, well, it's actually not that bad. I was about to say, like, I don't know if I actually like the thing doing that, but it's actually alright. Let's go a little bit lower so that we can pass below our own station. Below our own station, he said. And then not going there. Alright, and now I want a bit more visibility, because what we need to do right now is resurface. And it would be cool if that was on this side of the path, and that's doable so long as we do this. Because now we should be lined up. Perfect. Are we not? We are. However, then there's also the path there. But that should not be an issue, really. Is it now? Okay, so we are running into a thing here. What is it we're running into? Is it scenery? Is it a terrain? It's a roller coaster track. Well, it should not be the issue truly. Wait, we can helix this down, right? That will leave us at like the correct height. Oh. but the game says no. Sometimes what happens? Did I make it like pretty difficult for us to get back here? Seems like it, didn't it? Doesn't it? So what if we heighten this up a little bit and then say, okay, do your helix things. Without the annoyance of the trees, of course. Yeah, so it doesn't like it being this close to it, because we're just below this lift here. So that means that the height also... well, actually, hold on a second. What if we do like a helix down large? Okay. Maybe not. Wait a second. It's a bit of a puzzle, guys. Just bear with me here as we try and wrestle through here. Oh. Maybe something like this. Nice. And this is what I had in mind. All along. Didn't you know? Yeah, that might have been a little bit of a lie. That was just not a lie, just mistelling it. And then basically we go back, and there, ta-da! We have a pretty decent coaster. All I need to do is test how the water breaks the coaster right here at the first splash. But I think that this coaster is pretty cool, and it's not too spaghettied up with like the rest of the coasters. So. Right, so far so good, huh? In the meantime, I think we have some pathing up to do here. There. Now we set up the handy dude. But what we definitely need is like a mechanic who is gonna be dedicated to... No, not like that. Yeah, there. We need a mechanic who is dedicated to this area. Oh, and also... I need to have a look at... Yeah, I was afraid this would happen. So, what if we were to remove one piece here and remove one piece here? Will it then have enough pace? It's a good thing also that we test this with one train, because I was afraid it would happen. And yeah, I against my better judgment, which... Again, it turned out to be the better judgment. I was right. Again. It happens. Okay, so... Yeah, and I'm also right about diagonals not being watered. Because this was dried out and the other flowers are not. So, now, how is it going through here? Okay, so that seemed to be the trick, you know, going through it at high pace, man, in the freezing cold, having all the water splooshed over you. Just how cool is that, huh? We are such, we love our guests so much that we actually do this stuff. Yeah, we are just cruel like that. Oh man, I'm also looking at the time here. All of a sudden I'm like, wow, we've gone way overboard. Yeah, we definitely need to wrap it up soon, but just for now, you know, let's get... Oh, nice, perfect pace, and then right on the lift there. Also just in time, you know, it stalls basically over here. But I hope that the lift doesn't stop functioning after it breaks down, you know. And this is also perfect, just a complete... And then, you know, stopping basically. Going to a complete standstill. Because we do need like a few splooshes in here, right? I'd say we do. Now, for the rest, I'm pretty sure that this is all, you know, easily done and accounted for. And then it will get back. So basically we know the thing is safe. Then all we can do now is say, okay, open to the masses. Ooh, what? But I did forget to do this, you know, one of the more crucial bits of our parks. The whole entertainer business that we have. Nice. Okay, so you don't have any test ratings that we are aware of. What we need to do is give this a name. Why don't we call this Sub-Zero? No, we should call this yeah, we call this not submarine. Why don't we call this Sub-Navy? Yes, the Sub-Navy. Not the most crazy names. I'm also curious as to why not many guests want to go on this, but maybe that's because of the lack of test ratings, or we have a truly bad coaster design. That could also be the case, and if that's true, then we have some work to do, basically. And then why don't we go with green seatings? Yes. Ooh, handy dude. We have where is our dedicated watering handy dude? We have one. I don't want to see flowers go all dried up, because that's not helping with the ratings. Game. Handy dude. Ah, well. I guess he will find its way over there. Anyway, guys, we have not done a whole lot, but then again, we've also done quite a bit, you know, adding like a few cool rides, and definitely this flower section, I think is one of the better looking parts of the park. And well, what the ratings of the water coaster will be, I guess we'll find out next time when we play more Rollercoaster Tycoon.